Hello to Morning Bread Buddies. It feels very weird to be saying that because I actually just signed off to you guys on last vlog. But we're now in Philadelphia. We're just walking to the Rocky Steps. We're here for literally a stopover because it was, what, 2 hours from New York here?
Yeah.
And then it's 4 hours onto Washington. So it makes sense to do a layover here. Layover? Stopover. Go do the Rocky Steps, have a Philly steak sandwich, and then head onto the road to go to Washington. And depending on how much I'm able to capture for you guys, we're also going to be going to Charleston and Savannah. So I'll see if I need to break up the vlogs, but hopefully we can do this all in one. We're at the Rocky Steps now, which don't seem that bad, but Lawrence and I were looking at this because the whole point with the Rocky film is that he does the steps after his training run. I was looking at how long the training run was. Let me know before, obviously, I tell you, if you know how long it is, because Googled it, 30 miles over a marathon. Then he does the steps. So fair enough that it's hard for him to do it the first part of his training. Are you gonna have a go? Shall I time you?
If you want.
You're at an advantage though. You've got trainers on and I've got sliders on. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. There he is. 28. I was saying in the car that I liken this to when people go to Pisa and they do like the leaning photo thing. So embarrassing. But we'll do it because, you know, then you can say that you run up the Rocky Steps, right? Why would you not? But it's embarrassing.
Ready?
Yeah, I mean, my sliders are all like sweaty
Don't
already.
get exclusives in.
Oh yeah, but you are in
Trying to beat
trainers.
30 seconds.
I really feel like this is really unfair because I'm in sliders. I think I should have a tiny bit of a start. Right, ready?
Yeah, go. There she goes. I think you did it in 24 seconds.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Steps, very good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, we should watch Rocky now. We'll be like, oh, we were there, we did that. We met a couple at Disney 3 years ago. They're from Philly. Lawrence asked them, where should we go get a Philly cheesesteak? He said this place called Jim's. So that's where we're going, and it's more local, authentic, rather than touristy spots. So let's go have a cheesesteak. So we're having our Philly cheesesteak. What are we getting?
Cheese with onions, I guess some peppers as well.
Good technique.
I've done that before. Absolutely.
Thank you. Getting one of these. Black cherry, that looks so good. Lawrence got a cream soda. That's delicious. That's like a Dr. Pepper. The bread on it is a lovely sub bread, but I think it needs more seasoning and like a pickle in it to like cut through the fattiness. And actually, I thought it would be strips of steak, not ground beef. It's nice, but we weren't necessarily right at home about it, in my opinion. Had better sandwiches. Right, we have just landed in Washington. I drove this one. It was pretty pain. It's just like a bit dull, can't it? Just like, oh, got to a bit where I felt really like I was flagging and I felt really tired, but pushed through. Oh, we're playing the license plate game. So like essentially just keeping an eye out for license plates and ticking off all of them, try and get all the states. So cool. We're very cool. Lawrence has up on the corners on that. Lawrence has written down all the states on a note, so we're ticking them off. But tell them about the one that we saw.
We saw Alaska.
Alaska!
Well, Alaska's really far from here. It would take 72 hours to drive non-stop.
We googled that.
From Alaska. It's a long way
So
away.
far. And literally before we saw it, Lawrence was like, you're not going to see Alaska, that's going to be Hawaii and Alaska, the two that you're like, you're never going to see that. And we did. Mental. We're now going to this place called Ben's Chili Bean Bowl. Chili Bowl? Ben's Chili Bowl. Look at this. How cool is that? That looks so good. Lawrence is just ordering. So we're gonna go for one of the hot dogs. We're gonna get a bowl as well. I don't know if you can see that. Side of cornbread as well, I think. We're contemplating getting chili fries too, but I really feel like just having a bowl of the chili as it is with the cornbread. There's a fruit punch that I think Lawrence is getting, and then I'm getting a Diet Pepsi. I think that's our order. Oh, I think there's also a banana pudding that Lawrence has probably ordered too. Very excited for this. So this is the fruit punch. How much was the fruit punch? You know, you got the receipt. This looks radioactive.
It was $48, including tip.
Including tip, okay.
We got an original half smoke, which is half pork, half beef. And then we got a small chili con carne bowl, with onions and cheddar and sour cream, side of cornbread, 2 fountain drinks, and Virginia's banana pudding.
So drinks $5.98.
The original chili dog was $8.49, small chili con carne $7.99, cornbread's $2, and the banana pudding's $10.
Relatively reasonable for
It's very reasonable.
the US. There's our bowl. We have some saltine crackers with that. That's the dog. This is the cider cornbread. And then that banana pudding. Yum. How did you find that one?
Various documentaries and things. Phil Rosenthal, Somebody Feed Phil.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix, highly recommend. A really good foodie travel documentary program. What would you liken it to actually? It's like if someone hasn't seen Somebody Feed Phil, like Anthony Bourdain, Jamie Oliver, I recommend. If you haven't watched Somebody Feed Phil, recommend.
It's a great one if you want to go to a town or city that he's been to, watch it, and you know the places that he goes are good.
Yeah, and also just to get a general vibe of the place, well, I'd say. Lawrence was saying his show of the place is that during the riots that followed the assassination of Martin Luther King, it was one of the only businesses on that strip that didn't get looted because it's a black run business and really centre of the community and doing great things for everyone there. Food is great, really salt of the earth kind of thing, which is what we're kind of hoping for, isn't it? Now we are at the Lincoln Memorial with the big guy on the seat. Abraham Lincoln. And we've got over here the Washington Memorial over there, and then the White House over there. Ugh. That's where Forrest Gump runs. No, Jenny runs to Forrest Gump because he's here doing his little talk. So we'll go see that little bit there. Right, let's go see Abraham. Oh, here he is. Look at that. Wow. Oh, taking a little stroll to the Washington Memorial. What a lovely little stroll here. Look at that. Accidentally on purpose timed it so we have this nice sunset stroll around the reflective pond. Is that what it's called? We're going to do this little loop. We're staying in an Airbnb tonight because it's literally sleep. Going to leave quite early in the morning. I say early, like we'll leave at like 8:30. Big travel day tomorrow. We're driving 8 hours to Charleston, swap over halfway through. We're going to do it in 2-hour stints. Drive for 2 hours, swap over, like go somewhere for a coffee, drive for 2 hours, then we'll stop for lunch, drive, you know. So we'll see you in the morning. Glue to morning bread buddies. We are now in Charleston. We had a full travel day yesterday. I didn't vlog it because we were essentially driving for 8 hours. We were going to find a spot like a Chick-fil-A, something quite fun. So we thought, oh, maybe we could stop somewhere for a little snack at 2 hours in and then swap over. And we ended up only stopping at a small kind of garage, which it turned out to be so much fun. I had made, using the Ben's chili bowl, a leftover sub for us. It was so good. So we just ended up stopping at this gas station, eating that leftover chili sub roll, and we got some amazing snacks as well from this gas station. I filmed a little haul for TikTok, so if that's posted and live, I'll put a preview here and put the link below. Some of the things that we bought were so interesting, so delicious. So we stopped there, swapped over. Lawrence wanted to stop at a place for some barbecue. I can't remember the name of it. What was the name of the barbecue joint that we went to? It was called Sam Jones Barbecue. I'll put the link to the place below, and I'll put some photos of the food that we had here. Oh my god, it was delicious. We had the ribs, which were kind of like, you know, Christmas ham. They tasted like Christmas ham, fall off the bone, so delicious, smoked so well. The vibe there was a little bit, it was quite new. I wouldn't necessarily, it was a vibey place to go to, but for good barbecue, it was incredible. Really recommend. And they showed us around the smokers as well. I'll put some photos of the stuff that they showed us, which was just so interesting to be able to ask them all the questions about how they do all of it. Highly recommend if you end up going like on this route, passing there. The last swap over that we did, we kind of just stopped at, again, like a gas station. There's nothing really to write home about. And then we have finally got to Charleston, which is where we are now. We're staying at a beautiful hotel. I'm currently sat in the lobby doing a little bit of work before we head out for the day. This is my view for the lobby bit that we're in. Really beautiful vibe. There's a bar over there, really nice little seating areas. They've also got an incredible rooftop. I'll see if I can go up there later today to like show you guys the rooftop that they have here. You have to, I don't know if you have to book, but they're quite strict about it. You have to like go to someone in the hotel to get a card to be able to scan it onto the rooftop to get up there on the elevator and stuff. It's not like you can walk in and just get a spot, I don't think. I mean, we were able to do that yesterday, but I don't know if it's because we're hotel guests, but it's a beautiful rooftop. I'll see if I can show you it later. This is quite a pricey hotel. I think it's something like £750 for 2 nights. So around the like £375 a night mark. There's the last night we just came here, went to the rooftop, had a drink there, and then we walked over to a place for some fried chicken and oysters. I'll put some photos of the place here. It's called Leon's. Really recommend, really amazing, beautiful menu, great vibe. It felt a little bit like a blend between a sit-down leisurely dining place and you could go in there and eat like a quick lunch as well if you wanted to. Fried chicken was amazing. I love oysters, I love fried chicken, so I'm just like, I was in my element. It was so good. And there was also a really beautiful wine bar around the corner that we went to whilst we were waiting for our table, because we had to put our names down and they basically just text us 10 minutes later to go, your table's ready. But whilst we were waiting for that, we went to a great wine bar and had a couple of drinks there. Can't remember the name of it, but I'll put details below. So far, a really lovely, like, short amount of time that we've had here in Charleston. We're literally here full day today, and then we're going to leave tomorrow. I haven't got a huge amount planned today. There's obviously places that we want to go eat today. We're going to have more barbecue for lunch. We've got this place called the Darling Oyster Bar saved and booked to go to for some like happy hour oysters. I think it's something like $1 oysters that you can get. I think it's 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. something like that. And then we're going to another restaurant called Vern's, which is really hard to get a reservation. Lawrence was on the pulse getting a reservation there, and actually he wasn't able to get one on the booking system. So he contacted them directly on email and said, is there something up with your booking system, or are you booked out? We'd love to come, we're coming all for, like, pulled the like, we're coming all the way from the UK, could you squeeze us in the card? And they emailed back going, yeah, not a problem, we can get you fitted. So that's what the plan is today. We're going to have some barbecue, lunch, we're going to go have some oysters. We're going to also cycle around on the hotel bikes that you can rent here as well. So just like a nice little moochy day in Charleston, which I'm really, really excited for. So I'm just going to finish off some work, go grab Lawrence, get the bikes, get on with the day. We have our bikes from the hotel. Very smooth, aren't they? Look at all these beautiful houses. So cute. Feels very chill here in Charleston. It feels like a sleepy seaside town, but like beautiful streets that we're just cycling down. You could almost be in a town like in Buckinghamshire, the Cotswolds, somewhere like that. It doesn't feel very classic American, if that makes sense. So beautiful. How stunning. This is called Rainbow Road. It just feels so quaint here, really cute. This is the oldest liquor store in America. It's called the Tavern, 1686. How cool, these kind of things. This looks great. Maybe we should buy something like that to take home. Like, my dad might like that. Didn't see that. This guy working here has literally just talked us through, which I probably wouldn't have got, because $115. I'm not a bourbon drinker. Lawrence is, my dad is, and I probably would have gone, oh, that's a bit much for that. But this guy has just talked us through what it is. You can only buy this here, and it's made with a certain corn, because all bourbon, I didn't know this, all bourbon has to have, I think it's something like 41% made with corn, and the corn that is used with this one is like this, that's grown by a local farmer, only that farmer, select that region, so it's like local business. You're never going to get this anywhere. The corn that they use is controlled. So because Lawrence, my dad, love a bourbon so much, and we're seeing my dad, like that's who we're going to be meeting in Disney, I think this could be quite nice that we could probably crack this open when we're in Disney with him, like not in Disney World, like when we're like maybe having an evening in the hotel lobby or something, maybe we can have a glass of that with him. So sold. Just some beautiful branding things. So you've got this gin here, Hat Trick, which, you know, $45, I don't think that's too bad at all. Maybe my dad's partner, Jen, she is a big gin lover, so I'm thinking if we're getting that for my dad, maybe we can get something for Jen as well. Maybe that Hat Trick one might be quite nice. She does watch these vlogs, so I'll make sure I give this to her before she watches this. Maybe that one. There's so many cool things in here. Tequila's here as well, so if you're a tequila fan, mezcals. If you're into spirit, if you want to know a little bit more about the certain ways that things are done, I can imagine this would be the best place to come, because this guy here knows so much, and the way that he's talking to Lawrence right now and how he was like saying to us, it's just like so chill. Like there's no, oh, you have to buy this. He just wants to tell you about all these like, amazing things. Oh, how nice are these? These ones here look really nice as well. $250 later. So we got the really good bourbon for my dad, and we got 2 gins for Jen because they both equal the same amount as the other bourbons. We thought, well, why not? And she does love gin, they're beautiful. My dad's got a really lovely bar space in his house, so I think they'll look really great on it. Good history, so just a nice little thing because my dad is always so supportive, and so's Jen. Like, they're both so supportive of everything that Lawrence and I do and everything that we do with the content, and sometimes it's nice just to treat the people you love, isn't it, babes?
It is. Such an exclusive, like, cool story.
I think that's it as well. All of these gins you can't get anywhere else. Now we're gonna have to cycle even more carefully to make sure that these don't break. And Lawrence's suitcase is gonna be super heavy, but at least we can offload them to them at Disney. Down to the seafront now.
Past a couple of nice houses and then back up for lunch.
For lunch. Okay, cool. So seafront, see some beautiful houses, barbecue lunch. We stopped into a place called Sorel to get an iced drink. You've got an iced tea.
It's not a typical southern iced tea, it's not sweet, like apple.
Thank you. Oh, that's nice. I've gone for Shakerano, which is a brown sugar iced cortado. We just needed a cold drink, and this place looked great. I heard good things about the fact that the brown sugar latte is really delicious. It's really cheap as well. It's like $10 for an iced tea, the iced coffee, and then we've got a burn butter chocolate chip cookie. That looks so. I love a cookie so much. Cheers. The sea salt on top. Oh my god. Yum. Lawrence is a major fan of barbecue, so this is one for you, right?
Rodney Scott is like southern barbecue royalty. We had good barbecue yesterday at Sam Jones. This is meant to be even better.
And actually the guy did say that yesterday when we said that we were coming here. He was like, oh my god, that's like the best thing. Decided to come sit outside. I prefer so much. I feel like aircon really, it just gets you like out of acclimatization of the temperature and stuff if we're going to be back on the bikes. And I think like the vibe's nicer out here. So we've got a little spot here. Lawrence has just got a couple of drinks. We've gone for the Pitmaster combo, $42, your choice of 4 pit cooked meats and 4 sides. We went for Carolina style pork. Hi! Oh my gosh, that's so fast! Thank you so much.
Anything else I can get for you?
You're all good. Thank you so much. Cheers. Oh, that's speedy. Okay, so it's just actually just arrived.
They don't need to cook anything on demand, do they?
True, that is true. We've got the Carolina style pork, ribs, brisket, and then we said to them, because we didn't know what to do for the 4th one, so we said, you choose. Our 4th one, you choose for us. We're going to have to work that out in a second. So we got the collard greens as one of the sides. Personally, I've not been a massive fan of them when I've had them before. They're quite bitter. Slaw, mac and cheese, and hush puppies, and it also comes with cornbread. This seems ridiculous for the fact that it's $42. I'll show you here. Look at that. Ribs, brisket. This is probably the one that she chose. This is chicken.
It's pulled chicken.
Yeah, I think she chose us the pulled chicken. And then this is the pulled pork. Cornbread, slaw, greens, hush puppies. So excited for those. Mac and cheese. We're going to dig in. We'll give you notes afterwards. The one that I was telling you guys that we went to yesterday, Sam Jones, that was better, in my opinion. It was different. Like I was saying earlier, we're a little bit more like Christmas ham. Really like smoked ham, hog kind of thing. Here, the meats were definitely drier. The ribs were really good, but the brisket and the pulled chicken were definitely like drier. Could be juicier. Nice like subtle smokiness to them. I've done a TikTok full walkthrough eating review of it. It's good if you're in Charleston and you want a barbecue. I would recommend, but I don't know if I'd personally return. The hush puppies, incredible. The greens, really good, considering I don't normally like greens. They weren't bitter, which is really nice. Overall, good. Just like, I feel like it could have been better, you know? Do you have any notes to add to that?
I do agree. I think Sam Jones was more tasty, and this was a bit more subtle. My barbecue palate isn't as sophisticated as some of the barbecue palates around here, for sure, because those people know what they're talking about. I personally enjoyed Sam Jones more. I can't say objectively it was better. Subjectively it was better, but I'm not sure. It's hard to say, having both of them.
And I think also there's an element of, Lawrence was saying a second ago, that was Sam Jones like not a purist barbecue, because there was so much more flavour to it. And I do agree with that, but that doesn't distract from the fact that the meat was dry. So you can have a more subtle taste to barbecue, but I still think you need to have like super juicy meats, you know? And I did say to Lawrence, this could be a harsh comment, but I did say to Lawrence, if we had served that brisket that we just had at a dinner party, we personally would be slating it ourselves, being like, we didn't do a good job with that, it was too dry. But I'd still recommend oddly.
The things that they're really well known for are the pulled pork, Carolina style pulled pork, and the ribs. Both of those are great.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Chicken and the beef is not one of their staples.
Yeah.
But I still think you can do it right.
Sides-wise, mac and cheese was good, but for me, the top sides were the hush puppies and the greens. Lawrence does a slaw, so he'll probably always say the slaw, and it was nice. It's a nice creamy one.
I think having the slaw is really important.
Because it cuts through, like it creates like, well, it doesn't even cut through, it adds like a creaminess to complement the fattiness.
Cold and hot. And,
yeah, that's true. So maybe like hush puppies and slaw would be two good sides to have with the ribs.
I would get the collard greens and the mac. I'll get all four of those. I probably wouldn't have the hush puppies side by side.
Yeah, Lawrence was a massive fan of the hush puppies, but I love them. I thought they were great. They're like a savoury corn donut, really nice. Destiny, our server, she said if you want to have a look around the pits where they actually smoke everything, let us know. So we're going to go ask her now if we can have a look around the pits. Then we're going to head back to the hotel, have a little bit of downtime. We just had a nice morning cycling around. Have our oyster happy hour at 5:30. So we'll go look at the pits, go back to the hotel, and then go out for oysters.
Probably been in the States 14 years. He's got his own catering gig he does. So we just go through the process. We literally just throw the wood on here and you burn the wood down to make your coals.
Wow. We're cycling past the place, and Lawrence said that he had already looked this up, but it's called Hart, and it is the cutest jewellery shop ever. It's one of those ones where you like get a chain and you can choose all the charms that go onto it. So you can choose all these different kind of chains that you want. If you want chunky, if you want like a jumbo, you can either build out like a necklace like this. You could do bracelets as well. All of these ones here you can add charms onto. Lawrence is having a good time chatting to everyone. And you have all of these charms here. I think I might do a bracelet, you know. We just did a quick turnaround at the hotel, ready to go out for dinner. We're going to try and actually go to a tap room before we go to the oyster bar. What's the tap room called?
Palmetto Brewery.
So this is the one that we're going to see if we can try and go to. Palmetto Brewing Co. We've got about half an hour that we can have there. We've still got our bikes as well, so we're going to bike over there. Let me show you the outfit. Some places in the US are quite like relaxed. I feel like Charleston, quite dressy here as a place. So I feel like I can wear something like this. Primark top. The necklace is one that I got from Naples. Was it last summer? It was this woman doing these outside the front of a church, and I got this and a different one. I love it so much. Such a beautiful story behind it. These are from Target, and then these are M&S. Still got a tag on the bottom of them. Let's take those off. I've got a M&S bag as well that I'm taking. Also, at that Hart place, I ended up getting a bracelet. It wasn't cheap, but I saw someone there who follows my content, and she was just so lovely, and I was kind of tempted to get it anyway, and I just thought it'd be such a nice memory to anchor this. It ended up costing something like, what was it, £250 or something?
Good quality, and it's a small independent place. So
yeah. Small independent place, lovely memory connected to it. I'll show you guys it in more detail, but it's really stunning. And the woman Grayson that follows my content was just, her aura was amazing. It was just so nice to chat with her, and I got her to pick one of the charms for me as well. So after something to treat yourself, really lovely quality, really unique pieces, supporting a local business, and just a nice little memory, you know. Lawrence has ordered a shooter for $8. Cat head pepper, infused vodka.
House-made Bloody Mary mix. Let's see if I don't spin it all down.
Yeah, it's really full down the hatch. Very good.
So nice. It's really peppery, really sweet with the tomato juice, and then you get that oyster at the end. It's really plump because it's been sitting in there.
Do you still get the oyster though?
Yeah, it finishes with oyster.
Got a little bit of fluff there. Here are oysters. These ones here are the dollar ones, James River ones. It goes round clockwise to the other ones on here. So you got your Southern Salts, your Dukes, Carolina Bellies, Moonakis, Canadian cocktails. This is also interesting as well. So I think this, what do you say this was? This was the...
Well, that's their like cocktail sauce. It's not like how we would do cocktail sauce in the UK. It's just like tomato and horseradish, but you get it all the time in the States.
Okay, this is their champagne vinaigrette. Champagne vinegar, ginger, salt, sugar, celery, and then I think that's horseradish.
Yeah.
And we had a dining sauce. I will TikTok the eating of this as well, so you can have a look there. Done. That was delicious. You enjoy?
Really interesting to see the difference between all of the different ones. It's nice to have a little kind of oyster tasting.
Finish off having a few drinks here, and then we're going over to Burns for dinner, which
The hottest ticket in town.
it is the hottest ticket in town. Very excited for dinner there. It'll be really good. We are now at Burns. This place looks incredible. I'll show you the vibe here. Really lovely atmosphere. And the menu does look incredible. We have yellowfin tuna, shrimp, escargot. I'm always a big fan of like vegetables, so I think things like the zucchini, green tomato might be quite good. There's a great non-alcoholic section as well. Things are between $16 to $38 or so not like drastically expensive. I think it'll be a case where you get a couple of small bits, a couple of big bits. Have our first ones. This is the tomato salad. How much was the tomato salad? $17. This is the shrimp, ahi dolce, which is
Garlic, it's like sweet garlic.
sweet garlic.
Horseradish and smoked aioli.
$22. This looks divine. Charred sourdough,
Allium butter.
allium butter and dill. No, I think that incredible. Lovely little starter. This looks incredible. This here is the tesseroli mushroom truffle egg yolk, $29. Look at that. This is the carrot dish here. Carrots, preserved lemon, peanut shiso, $16. And then we have here the rainbow trout, crayfish, corn, saffron, $46. Bit more pricey this one. Looks great though. Good morning guys. We are now actually just about to head to Savannah for the day, but we've come to a place called Joyland, which is a burger place Lawrence has had saved. He's so funny. He's over here chatting to the guy that I think he came in, well he did come in here yesterday. I don't know what he asked. Maybe he asked like when the burgers were served from or something, because when we just walked in now, this guy was behind this bar counter and immediately kind of recognised Lawrence and acknowledged him. So now they're just like stood having a chat. He loves a good chat. But yeah, last night, Burns, really good. Really recommend if you're in Charleston booking a table. It was quite hard to book a table. I don't know if I told you guys this. Quite hard to book a table. The booking system just didn't have any available. So Lawrence ended up emailing them and they were able to fit us in that way. So if you're unable to get a table, try emailing them or DMing them on Instagram and you might be able to secure one then. I don't know if they keep tables aside for walk-ins, but it was full. Every single table did have people on it. They were turning them around relatively quickly. It was really good meal. The starters, so the tomato salad, the sourdough, which I thought would be like slices of sourdough, it was actually like a flatbread. It was incredible. I didn't really like the prawn dish. I don't know what it was about it, but there's sometimes especially when I eat cured meats, it tastes a little bit to me like the taste of wet dog. And obviously I don't know what wet dog tastes like, but how wet dog smells, it tastes to me. And for some reason those prawns had that kind of edge to it. I don't know if there's some sort of ingredient that means it tastes like that to me, but though that prawn dish tastes like that to me. But Lawrence loved it, so I don't know if there was something just really weird and off my taste buds about that. But the tomato salad and the flatbread is incredible. We had the mains of the trout and what else did we have for the mains? Oh, the carrot dish. And the carrot dish, like bread, really interesting. It's quite an Asian-based dish. We've got like fish sauce, peanuts, soy, but I think it read better. I think the Asian flavours could have been a little bit more punchy, but it's a really interesting concept. It had like pureed carrot on the bottom, then it was like roasted, beautiful carrots with like the soy, fish, peanuts kind of like dressing, and then on top of that it was ribboned carrots. I definitely think it's a dish that I'll take away with me and try and recreate. It looked beautiful. And then the trout dish was a little bit like, it was fine. The corn element of it was like a creamed corn, right, on the base, was way more standout to me than the trout itself. So I'd say like the two main bits, I was a bit like, give or take. The two starters, mind-blowing, absolutely loved. And the desserts, we ordered one of each of the desserts. One was essentially a sundae, a strawberry sundae, and then the other one was this incredible spongy base with this, the top was like almost like this chantilly cream that was really holding its shape. Both the desserts, sublime, weren't they? Like, those were mind-blowing too.
A strawberry sundae with like shaved strawberry on top and then a strawberry compote. And then it was with like a goat's cheese yogurt
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
it.
And it had like a slight sour edge.
Yeah, it had like a slight tang to it.
a wonderful, wonderful mouthful.
Delicious. So would recommend Vern's and would return to Vern's 100%.
So there's a really famous chef in the Carolinas called Sean Brock. He's been on loads of like big Netflix shows. When Anthony Bourdain came to Charleston, Sean Brock showed him around. He opened a restaurant called Husk that we went
Husk.
to
Okay,
in
fine.
Nashville.
The best steak tartare we've ever had. It was like really miso. We had like shoestring fries on the top.
And he's really all about finding the heritage in a place. And he started Joyland as a kind of fast food chain, but he's made a burger called the Crust Burger. He thinks, rightly so, that the best bit of a burger is the edge. So he's created a burger that's all edge.
Which is why I think smash burgers are so good, because they are so much crunch.
Everyone does a smash burger, but what he's done is they make the burger and then they smash the whole thing.
Right.
It's like this big.
Oh
but
shit,
just
okay.
squeezed.
Okay.
That's it. So that's why I wanted to come here.
Nice. And they have a fried chicken burger. So I was like, and Lauren's like, oh, maybe we'll get a classic burger as well. So we don't need 3 burgers. It's called the Big Daddy Dipper, which is fried chicken dipped in our hot honey mustard sauce, pickle slaw, and mayo, which is $12. And then the crunch burger is $9. Crust burger is $9. We're sat at the counter. We'll always pick a counter seat. We love any place that has a counter seat. We're like, yes. You can just like see what's going on. It feels more convivial. Yeah, love a counter seat. I'll probably do a TikTok review of it. Thank you.
Do you want any extra sauce?
Here's the chicken burger. Yeah, look at that.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Right now we're going to drive on to Savannah. It's only a 2-hour drive, this one. Lawrence has actually got a tattoo booked. I was supposed to be going with him and getting one as well. We're gonna get little oysters, but because of being a Rocketane, I'm not allowed to get tattoos. So Lawrence is going off to do that himself, and I'll just be able to explore the hotel. So we'll see you in Savannah. Hey guys, we are now in Savannah. Lawrence has gone off to get his tattoo. I think he's actually due back any second. I just thought we'd get ready for dinner. Let me show you the room because it is beautiful. This is the bathroom that I'm in now. I'll flip you around. So you've got big bathtub there, vanity station, loo and shower there. And then this, I do think this is the biggest room I've ever had. This is absolutely huge though. And then it looks out to the park. Absolutely lovely. But we're gonna get ready now and then we're going out for dinner. It's an amazing place that Lawrence has found as usual. So we'll go out for dinner and just relax. Ready? Got necklace is another one from that woman outside the church in Naples. H&M dress, H&M bag, blue kind of like cotton denim-y kind of material. Put on a few different bangles, M&S shoes. We're gonna go to a brewery, Two Tides Brewery. We're gonna go there, then on to dinner. Oh, this is the view here to the pool. Really lovely pool area. They've got amazing tiles in this glass house here, there. This is really cool. It's like, it feels like it's someone's house. There's a window that you pull open there. Hi! So it looks like there's a coffee shop here as well. So you could come here in the morning. Imagine that, like sitting here. I mean, it'd be hot, but sitting here with like a little book and a coffee would be pretty lovely. Here he is. Look what we got here.
Well, they didn't have any non-alcoholic beers.
Oh, what? In a tap room they don't have non-alcoholic beers? That's strange. Sparkling water, limoncello, naturally essenced. So that sparkling water, Lawrence said, oh, there was lemon, grapefruit, lime, and I got you the lemon one. It's so funny, isn't it? Because we've been together for 15 years, married for like 7, and to be fair, I don't know if I've actually told him I'm not a massive fan of like lemon flavoured drinks. I would take grapefruit or lime over lemon any day. Like if you were having like a San Pellegrino, I wouldn't have a lemon flavoured San Pellegrino, I'd have like the orange or something. So it's just interesting that even after that much time together, he doesn't know that thing about me.
Yeah, I just told them that in there.
What you mean?
Turns out I don't know.
We've gone for some oysters. This is their house hot sauce with jalapeno. How cool is that with a little pipette? Local oysters from like a 25-minute away local oyster farm. $3.50 each.
I'm going to do 2 raw, then 2 with them.
Good morning guys, it's the next day and last night's dinner, oh my god, how good was it?
Yeah,
best meal.
we've had on the trip.
It was so incredible. The vibe, the service, the food, all absolutely incredible. I made so many notes of things that I want to try and replicate and stuff. So if you're in Savannah, highly recommend going there. It was just brilliant, really, really good. Today we've got a really lovely like leisurely day here in Savannah. We've got bikes from the hotel again. Always love it when a hotel has bikes, and actually, we were talking to someone about this yesterday. They were like, oh, cycling around in the heat, and we're like, it's better than walking around because you get a natural breeze and you get places faster, and we've got a few places that we want to hit up in terms of just like nice little shops.
We've tended to come like uptown, whereas we haven't seen like historic downtown. Savannah's really beautiful with loads of little parks. It's spread out really nicely. There's like a park and another parks on this kind of grid system, but with loads of cool little parks.
It's nice to like have like a loose plan, I think, and we were told it's like at the dinner yesterday they served the most amazing sourdough by a place called Sixby, which we've decided to come to for breakfast now. This is the outside area here. The inside's a little bit like vibeless. The bakery's good, like you literally walk in and it's bakery, and they said that they'll give me some of their starter as well. So I'm gonna be coming away with so much starter, it's gonna be great. We have a little bit of breakfast here. They are well known here for, they do a jammy egg. That's it, just a jammy egg. We should have maybe got a slice of sourdough on the side of it. That was, what was it, $3? $3 for the jammy egg. I got a flat white, which I think is gonna be around $4. Lawrence got a freshly squeezed OJ. Is it really good?
Around here, like, they can't have put any sweetener in that, but it's so sweet.
Tastes like Sunny D.
Like, how nice is that?
That's delicious. So that's $5, and then we asked what else should we get, and he said our breakfast sandwich is really popular. That was $8, and in there there's baked egg custard, which I want to try and do at home actually, because I think for like a preferable breakfast bap, I think I know how to do it. Stay tuned, we'll make that soon. Cheddar cheese, the Sixby sauce, which he said is like a romesco kind of like peppery sauce, seed bun. We didn't add bacon, but I saw that there was add bacon just there for $2. If he had upsold us on that, I would have got that. There's the breakfast bap here, which looks delicious. Breakfast done. We have some of their starter as well. This is the 4th one I've collected now. I actually just gave a feed to all the other ones yesterday. I think this one will be fine because this is active. It will be fine until I feed all of them again. But yeah, we have another one here, Sixby. I always find it quite sad when they don't have a name for their starter. It's like, give them a name. So we're calling it Sixby. I am someone who I quite like just a little something in the morning to take the edge off. That's why I really like hotel breakfast, because you can just like have something small, especially as Lawrence isn't a breakfast person. I can just go down, have something small, and then like it takes the edge off until we eat at lunchtime. So a little jammy egg was great, and a little bun thing, amazing. A nice little pottering day in Savannah, let's go. I think it was famous last words when I said that cycling around is so cool. It is hot, but look how beautiful it is here. This beautiful road there. I was just saying to Lawrence that it feels like some of these houses, they feel like the Tower of Terror in Disney, like how they look. Going into this shop here, Lawrence had this place saved. Peach jam.
Bourbon peach jam.
Bourbon peach jam. These look interesting as well. Grapefruit margarita, ginger smash, hot honey, crispy chili oil, pickled pink peaches. Good morning guys, I'm so sorry I really left you yesterday. We had a day where we just cycled round downtown Savannah, which is so beautiful. The settings are just, there's loads of little parks, but I won't call them parks. You know, like when you cycle around London and you find those squares that have a few park benches, a lot of like greenery, some flowers, and you can like walk through the paths there. They felt like those, like all scattered around with these beautiful trees. The trees here are insane. They've got this Spanish moss that like comes off of them, and it's just such a beautiful city to cycle around. I do prefer cycling on like around the uptown area than the downtown. Downtown is way more touristy, but yeah, beautiful little cycle round. And then we came back to the hotel and had a little bit of pool time, which was really nice. And then we went out for a few drinks. There's a really cool bar, and I'll put the name of it down below. I'll link it. It's really cool. It's like a country dive bar-ish. They have this thing where you can set up your own bowling pins. You like bowl with these really old big iron balls, and there's the pins at the back of the thing, and then you have to like walk round and then reset them back up. The waiter at dinner the night before actually recommended it to us, but unfortunately I was really unwell. A little bit of TMI, I can get really bad IBS and trapped wind. I always have with me IBS medication, and I think in here, well I know in here I also have trapped wind. medication. I don't know what it was, but something triggered it for me, which is weird because normally it's something like onion. Sometimes it just like comes on. Maybe it's just like everything happening and my body being under stress, even though it's not stressful. Like we've been traveling around quite a lot. I don't know. I wasn't well. I felt really, really sick and just really uncomfortable. So I said to Lawrence, look, you go on ahead to dinner and I'm just going to go back to the hotel and rest up, which is a shame because the dinner that Lawrence had booked, it was kind of like an Asian inspired southern meal. So he did bring me back leftovers in case I felt okay, and actually by the time that he was home I did feel better and I tried some of it. Oh my god, the chicken breast that he had, I think he ordered the half chicken, the juiciest chicken breast I've tasted, and that was like in a takeaway container an hour after he had ordered it. Really, even though I hadn't had it properly, really delicious, but it was a real shame because that place did look great. But if you're in Savannah, I'd recommend it anyway because I tried the food. Lawrence said it was amazing, so really good. That's it. We're done with our little New York through to Washington, Charleston, Savannah trip. Our next stop is Disney, and we're meeting my dad and his partner there. It should be really good. I think we've got something like 4 or 5 days. That's going to be next week's vlog. We're traveling there now. It's like a 6-hour drive. So we're just going to split that up as we have been doing into 2. Hopefully be at Disney by this afternoon. I don't know about you, but I can never feel settled until I've got my stuff sorted. I can open up my bag and maybe change clothes. I don't really like putting on swimwear in like pool toilets and stuff. So I said to Lawrence, look, let's set off just a tiny bit later, stop off for some lunch, and then that means that when we get to Disney, our room is definitely going to be ready for check-in. Fingers crossed. So thank you so much for watching another vlog. I really hope you liked this one, and let me know in the comments if there's anything more you want to be seeing, especially with these travel vlogs, because we love bringing you along so much. It's so much fun, and to be able to check in with you and share everything that we're doing. So hopefully you're enjoying this. We'll see you next week in Disney. Have a beautiful week, everyone. See you later.